Curling is as Scottish as the kilt, the bagpipes and whiskey. A game played here for over 500 years on frozen lochs and ponds. The rules of the game haven't really changed. Get your stone closer to a marker than your opponent's.
This is the earliest stone in my collection. It's called a luffy, or a liffey.
David Smith is a curling historian. There are some claims it was invented by the Dutch, but that's not the case. David says there are examples of the sport in Scotland dating back to the early 1500s.
It didn't interfere with our bowmen's, our archers' practice at shooting the English as football did. And so the Scottish Parliament never enacted Acts of Parliament against curling as they did against golf and football.
And that led it to growing in popularity as a favourite winter pastime. The game has largely moved indoors since then.
You're looking at one of the biggest sports in Scotland. Active participant base, 20-odd thousand. Membership of the governing body, 13 to 14,000. It's a big deal.
But most of those who play regularly are of the older generation, as younger athletes abandon the ice for sports like football. Curling became an Olympic sport in 1924. And at the Vancouver Games, both of Great Britain's teams, both of them made up solely of Scottish players, are amongst the favourites for gold. The women's team is captained by 19-year-old Eve Muirhead, and the government hopes success will inspire a whole generation of players.
Without a doubt, when you have the television beaming pictures of a sport to houses throughout the country, a lot of young people are inspired by that and want to play their part and get involved and try out a sport. And I think curling could really benefit from the exposure that they're going to get in Vancouver next month.
Like golf, another sport the Scots invented, curling has travelled across the ice to several other countries. It has also been immortalised by Scotland's most famous poet, Robert Burns.
He was the king of all the core, to draw or guard or wick a borer up the rink like Jehu roar in time o' need. But now he lags on Dave's hug score, Tam Sampson's jit.